Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the new trading week. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, Bitcoin has quite quite nicely broken above this trend line. Looking like it is potentially bear flagging it out, like it wants to well, stay in the zone and try and make a play for 11k. Obviously we had the downward sloping trend line and this horizontal level. We've got back over both basically. So that's pretty bullish here in the short and medium term. We'll just whiz over to stocks and you can basically see why we're doing this. Stocks have got some similar patterns going on here. We have got this downward sloping trend line, which we have broken above, and we also have this horizontal, which pretty much coincided with the downward sloping trend line, which we've broken above. So yeah, that sounds very similar to basically what I've been saying here with Bitcoin. So we just got similar patterns going on at the moment. So yeah, obviously if stocks do make some progress here, get up to about this 34 area, and then, well, either consolidate around there or just break through, whatever they decide to do, then yeah, I think we will be off to the races in Bitcoin again. We'll be playing in that 11 to 12k region, and then obviously depending on where stocks push on from here or basically get rejected, will obviously then dictate our larger time frame moves for Bitcoin. But overall at the moment we are looking better than we have been looking. So that's all we can really hope for at the moment, to be looking better. Obviously we're not looking great. We're not looking. I say we're not looking great. We're not looking good as we could be. I mean, we're not at 11k yet, and we're not over 12k yet. So we've got a lot of work to put in, but we are clearly looking like we are turning back up this downtrend. So obviously we've got the low, the higher low. So now if we can put in a higher high, then we have a larger time frame confirmed uptrend, and we can crack on with our exponential cryptocurrency moves. So yeah, all that's looking pretty good. Also looking at the dollar as well. It does seem like stock markets and crypto are coming to terms with this higher DXY value at the moment, which that is obviously a good thing. This is like an analogy how you can kind of think of it is if you sort of have like a what's it called, like a clamp thing where it can tighten but it can't loosen, so you sort of ratchet the pressure. So what happens is if the dollar is having this nice move up and stock markets are still managing to cope with it, what happens is then when the dollar does come down, you still would expect obviously nice moves up in stocks and crypto and risk assets, and then so it's kind of like as the price comes down hard, the prices go up, and then as the price of the dollar goes up, then the prices do come down a little bit but not that much, and then just kind of hold their own. And then obviously then when they come down again, then so it's sort of like a ratcheting up of asset prices in the face of obviously the dollar having a bit of a, well, you could call it a bullish reset, so which is obviously is inherently negative for stocks. But if stocks aren't getting hammered that much, which is clearly what we are seeing at the moment now, the dollar is pretty much way higher than it has been since the 30th of July, and it is hanging around not too far away from its recent highs. Yet stock markets or the futures at least at the moment are looking like they are dealing with that and starting to make a move up. And like I said, obviously it is a currency pair. This isn't just devalue of the dollar against Bitcoin and stocks. This is devalue of the dollar against like the euro, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the British pound, and other fiat currencies basically. So it's not a measure of itself against real things. Obviously real things are measured in dollars, but obviously real things can go up in price. The dollar can go up in price. All that's happening is the whole playing field of fear is coming down against real things, and stocks are actually real things. They are, you own a part of that company. Obviously you can argue what the actual real value of that company is or whatever, but either way your share of that company is a real share of that company. So shares are real things, and obviously that's why they benefit from basically currency devaluation also. So yeah, I mean, obviously, literally stocks are looking better. Bitcoin is looking better, going for 11k. So if we got the dollar even down to these sort of recent high area, which is basically the low 93s, we are going to have a nice move up in crypto and stocks. If we then get back down to these lower recent areas, the lower end of the recent range of low 92s, we're going to have an even nicer move in stocks and shares. And then if we then eventually lose this level, we are going to have we will just see what we get. We won't count our chickens before they hatch. And they may never hatch. It was a bit of a sad view on things, but we obviously, if we do get down here, we get to this level, we get to this level, we get below this level, we can expect especially in crypto, been a lot higher risk asset than the stock market in general. We can probably see explosive gains if we do that. And explosive gains from roughly the 11k area, which is a full $1,000 away from the 10k area we'll put in a base in, and it's only really $1,000 away from, well, roughly the high area. I mean, I know we did get up higher than 12k, but realistically we didn't spend much time. Here's 12k. Look, we only really spent fleeting moments above 12k. So realistically we can call 12k sort of the top of the range. So if we get this move down in the dollar whilst we are around the 11k region, honestly 12k is toast. 12k is toast, and we are coming straight for this 14k region. So yeah, that is what we've got to look forward to. Obviously that doesn't happen. The dollar can keep going up and start to have a real detrimental effect again on stocks and Bitcoin, on basically risk assets, and that could send us down. And obviously we know our levels around here. If we take out this low here, we are going to be looking bad, and clearly if we take that out, it's going to be looking pretty disastrous. So we are aware of those levels, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that is the likely scenario, but obviously when we get towards them, we'll have to obviously evaluate that situation at the time, which is not now. This is not the time. So let's have a look at the stochastics. 4 hour obviously turning back up nicely here. Yeah, so it did manage to reverse. That is good. It didn't want to get into the bearish zone, so that is great. 10 hour stochastics, yeah, up there, still looking good. Daily obviously looking good. 12 hour looking good. 12 hour gets up to here, will be above 11k. Daily gets up to here, will be definitely above 11k, but 12 hour looking good, looking like it's got room to move us. Daily has turned around, looking to get back to the bullish half, which is obviously bullish, and if it keeps moving up, that is great. That is great for price. 2-day actually looking to turn down, so obviously a bit of a mixed message there, but we will see what happens there. But 3-day looking good as well. I mean, I will say it's only just turned down, so it can easily do something like this here and keep going, and it will obviously if we get over 11k. 3-day still looking good. Obviously 5-day down, weekly down, bi-weekly still up there. Not really enough info, and so not really enough info to say everything's all great because the monthly is up, but the monthly is up, so, and that's the info we have for the monthly. So hey, we'll just read into that what we will. So yeah, all in all, guys, I'm pretty positive on this week. We have got I mean, I think I get the impression markets definitely want Trump in again. Markets want Trump in again, and Biden and higher taxes, corporate taxes, and etc., and the things he wants to do, redistribution of wealth. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not good for markets. I think markets are generally under the impression that a Trump win is better. I cannot see these debates, which we are going to have tomorrow, as of tomorrow, with Biden and Trump, I cannot see them benefiting Biden in any way. I just can't see it because at the end of the day, it's a debate, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Biden's not with it. Trump maybe be an idiot, come out with stupid stuff, say things that sometimes may be factually incorrect. Both of them obviously do. Politicians do. That's the thing. But I don't think Biden has the mental capacity to actually perform well in the debates. Anyway, there is a point to what I'm saying. The point is, I think this can only help markets because I think it can only confirm Trump. It can only benefit Trump. I mean, Biden ideally doesn't want. I'm sure he doesn't want to do these debates, but he can't avoid it. He has to. He has to. At the end of the day, you can't say you want to be president of the United States for 4 years, but say that, well, I'm incapable of having a debate. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you can't dodge it. So yeah, like I said, so basically the underlying point here is I think it will be good for markets. I think it is a positive catalyst for markets, and that will obviously help. That will obviously help stock markets, help risk assets. Incidentally, it may actually help the dollar as well because all the things Biden will potentially do are dollar negative. So maybe that is why we are starting to get maybe the dollar looking a little bit stronger, but also risk assets not looking as bad in the face of that because maybe we are pricing in things. It's good for markets and good for the dollar. Maybe that is the dynamic that is going on here because obviously clearly Biden is going to be bad for the dollar and also bad for markets. Yeah, just be aware of that fact. Because obviously you can have the dollar going down because of all the printing, which helps risk assets. But if you're going to have a lot higher corporate taxes on stock markets, on obviously listed companies, on big companies, that is going to push those share prices down, and that is a different dynamic to just the currency going up or down. So. Yeah, so exciting week, guys. Exciting week. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.